Rasty McGibbon with head coach of Central Maine Men's Division III, Jordy Knoren. Jordy, thanks for coming on 5 Minute Major.
You're welcome.
I guess also welcome to the national tournament.
Yes.
First time?
Yes, first time. Yep.
Tell me, we're talking, the two main teams in Men's Division III probably have traveled the farthest.
Yeah.
What is it like for the first time coming halfway across the country, okay, literally, because we're in the center of the United States, bringing your guys to a tournament of this magnitude? Yeah,
it's an incredible experience. A lot of jitters the first practice, but when we got here, you just can feel the vibe of a national tournament. So preparing the week before it, just looking at the pictures and the ice center and all the facilities, so it was just really leading up to it, but it's been an incredible experience so far.
So you were telling me just before you went on, you've had a lot of, on your team, you got a lot of Maine boys, okay, from the state of Maine. How many of them have been out in Western United States before? Is this kind of new for some of them?
Yeah, I would say about half. We've got like 4 or 5 that play junior hockey, so they've traveled quite a bit for hockey. But we also have a lot of high school players that really don't leave the state much. So this has really been an incredible experience to just come to St. Louis and play competitive hockey.
When did it start to set in that you maybe headed to the national tournament? Was that the goal? Day one, did you kind of get halfway through the season? You're like, hey guys, you know what? If we do X, Y, and Z, we can head to St. Louis. Tell me about that journey.
Yeah, last year we lost in our regional finals, so we were really close. We had a 19-3 record last year, so we felt like we were sniffing it. So I think a lot of the guys that were coming back, we had about 17 returners. So we kind of knew that we were going to have a team that could compete early on. I think when it really started setting in is when we went to January, we did a Michigan trip. We ended up beating Calvin and we beat Michigan State down there. We moved up a lot in the next ranking spot, so I think that's when it really started setting in that, hey, if we can make a run here, then we're going to get close to it. And we went 3-0 in playoffs and won our division, so as soon as we won our division, I felt like we were in a good spot.
You probably, and I don't know whether you realize this, you probably have one of the hardest coaching jobs in all of the ACHA, because you have two types of players. You have rookies and seniors. Yeah. Being a 2-year school, the sophomores and juniors are gone. Now, you were telling me before we come on, every once in a while you do get some 3-year guys, but as a 2-year school, how do you manage that? You're recruiting because half your guys are gone. Yeah,
no, it's absolutely. You want to stay in the heat of the moment in the season, but my assistant to coaches, myself, we're always recruiting. I would say it's about 15 freshmen, 15 seniors every year, so it's always turning over. But it's a nice experience. It's a challenge, but I think it's one that I welcome, and it's also new to make new relationships with players. Would I love to have them for 4 years? Absolutely, make it a lot easier. But I think we've gotten used to it, and we've done a good job with it. So.
As a former player yourself, how do you now savor the experience as a coach? Is it different? Do you see it as just, hey, I'm still the same mindset, but I'm a few years older? How do you digest this national experience as a coach now?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I have used it as a little bit of a motivation to the guys, because when I was playing, we were not a full-time member yet. It was a program in the build, and I told the guys, I had nothing to really play for at the end of the year. So the experience that they're getting as a player to get that moment and to play for a championship. But still, I'm really competitive, and as a coach, you still have that mindset of going to rink, that competitiveness. So it doesn't change too much, but it's just I'm not lacing them up, but I'm still in the game and coaching. So.
Take just a minute, okay? Yep. As a 2-year, and I think it would be fair to say, technical school. How do you appreciate the opportunity that the ACHA provides for a school like yourself? For a 4-year school, I think it's pretty cut and dry, but for a 2-year technical school, tell me how appreciative you are of the opportunity to be able to participate and then have the year potentially culminate in something that's this big. I think last year we had 78 teams here, and now with the expansion of D1, it's only going to be more. So, we're probably in the 78, 86 possibly.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the ACHA for that opportunity to let kids play competitive after high school and juniors. A 2-year school for us, I think we have all our sports are varsity because we don't have an NCAA team or things like that. So to be able to get that opportunity to play in a competitive league that's well run, it's huge for us and a school. So we really appreciate that.
Take a minute and tell me about the level of support that you get from the school. I was speaking with another team last night, and when they actually got the invitation to come to nationals, they thought that they may have to decline just due to the resources that they had available at the time to maybe not be able to make it. But tell me about, emotionally, financially, how the school and the community have helped you guys get here.
Yeah, absolutely. We are supported by our athletic department as well as obviously our president from the school. We do fundraising in the beginning of the year, but as soon as we get a national bid, the school actually supports us and pays for the trip. So our guys knew that once we can get our conference winning, that we were able to go into nationals and the school would support that. So we're very thankful for the athletic department and our president to support us in that.
Anybody's names you want to mention that are super helpful?
Yeah, athletic director Dave Gagne and President Libby, they're the two ones that really support this program a lot and put the funds into it. So,
well, I was just speaking with the Division III commissioner before you came on, and having been a Division II guy for so long, I love pool play. I also love the opportunity, and I think you may see it more frequently in Division II and Division III men's, these influx of new teams, of new blood in the tournament. Super cool this year that there's 4 teams that have never been here before, and you guys are one of those. So it is, I think it's awesome you guys are here. I hope you've had an incredible experience, and I wish you many more, and thanks so much for your time.
Awesome, thank you.
This
Appreciate
is Jordy Knoren, head coach, Central Maine Men's Division III.